Welcome everybody, game number 2 starting up here between our Terran and Zerg players. We're over to Star Station for game number 2 in this best of 3 from the CNA Trials qualifier number 1 in NA, where we got to see some really high level play from quite a lot of the NA participants in this event, looking to secure a top 3 spot so they could get an invitation to the finals. Please be sure to jump on to twitch.tv/metagamegods to watch the any of the VODs that are there, and also you can watch the stream for the next qualifier. Let's introduce our players, then we'll have a quick chat about the map. Down here at the bottom left hand side is our Zerg player for Root Gaming. It is ViBE. We'll see if he's a little bit flustered or taken aback at all from that unfortunate situation in the previous game where he got bunkered at his natural, which took down the hatchery, and then tried to bailing bust, but unfortunately it was not successful. His opponent up at the top right hand side playing for OG, it is Rivik. Did a really good job in the last game recognizing what his opponent was up to. Of course, the proxy racks is something which you don't get to see as much these days. A lot of people like to try and rely on Reapers doing the damage that quite a lot of Terrans will favor, and Rivik was able to get that proxy racks out, got quite a lot of damage on the hatchery, eventually took it down, and then looked towards a fast expansion, but recognized that ViBE was not going to go in that direction and not allow him to go down that path, and thus made a really big wall off with factories, a command center, supply depots, and even an engineering bay at the end, and got a couple of tanks out and was able to defend the bailing bus. So let's talk about this map, actually. Well, just before we do, really interesting wall-off here that's coming out of Rivik. He's decided to go for a low-ground block-off here. I think he might try and add down another... I'm trying to work out the angles here. I think... Yeah, okay, yeah. Alright, there is enough room. I was going to say, I'm not sure if there's enough room for an add-on and another supply depot. That'd be really weird if he'd timed that out incorrectly, but that's just me being silly. It's all fine. He will be able to throw down an add-on shortly here, and he will have enough gas for a reactor, it looks like. So we may see him going up to just what looks to be a relatively fast expansion. His first Marine now popping out, and he's going to find that Overlord. I don't think he's going to kill the Overlord, but he's certainly going to put a lot of damage into that guy, and the big floating ball of gas is going to have a little bit of trouble here, but he should stay alive. Probably go down to around about 20 or 30 HP, I would say, before the Overlord is out of range, and there he goes. 15. Okay, so not too bad. Rivik is going to be happy with that. He sort of forced the Overlord away. This guy's going to take a little bit of time to regen some of that health, so he won't be scouting out what's going on for quite a while. In fact, didn't even see that forward presence of the barracks, nor did he see the factory. But anyway, let's quickly talk about the map. Of course, we can see ViBE has expanded down to his natural. Third base is normally taken, either this one or this one is a little bit safer for a Zerg player. You can see that there is a lot of room for attacks to come in from the Terran player. You've got those sides across there. You can also have pushes that come through the east side of that base as well, but then a lot of players will sometimes fake an attack into the third and then just go straight into the natural, and you can do a lot of damage here. It is a very narrow sort of choke point, which can be utilized by Zerg to limit the presence of Hellions and these kind of things, which we are about to see, it appears. And this can sort of bode very nice sort of macro games that can come out on this map. But it looks as if we will have Rivik just moving across into the Hellion play for the moment. We'll see how many he brings out of that factory. He does have an armory going down, so it is going to be Hellbat drops from our Terran player here, unless he brings out something crazy like a Thor drop, but I highly doubt we'll see something like that. Is quite a large path to roam across if you are going to go for a Thor drop or anything like that, which is something which we don't get to see anymore. ViBE is just scouting out that natural is there. We saw that Overlord just poke his head in, see that the command center was there, recognizing that it is a very normal sort of play, at least the opening from Rivik, so he will be aware that he can take his third base, which he is now taken, and we can see that Rivik going to throw down, is going to have to try and do a little bit of a run by on these evolution chambers here, but the Hellions actually not facing too much resistance there at the natural. The Queen is not blocking off or anything. The second Queen trying to get to the ramp to get some damage done, but these Hellions are inside the main, and there is no protection here. ViBE not trying to split up any of these drones. I'm not exactly sure what is going on right now, but that is an absolute absolute massacre there. A lot of drones going down, and Rivik coming back for more, says, alright, you're going to keep those drones around, I'm going to try and get some more damage done. We see a cancel on the 2 evolution chambers at the front. The drones trying to evacuate as best as they can. A few Lings have come out, and they will be able to help deal with these last remaining Hellions. In fact, what? Hellion left here on 2 HP, 15 kills on this guy, and that is certainly a lot of damage for those Hellions. That, look at that, 19 workers killed in total by Rivik, so he's going to be very happy with that. His transitions from here are going to allow him to go into a very safe mech play. He can look to take a very fast third base as well, possibly even getting a fast a fourth command center down, so he can go for a very heavy sort of macro play. But getting that kind of kill count with your drones, on the drones I should say, but it sort of gives Rivik a nice little position for his macro here. We can see that his worker count is currently sitting relatively even with the Zerg player. He's got the +1 to weapons upgrade on the way, so it does look similar to a kind of mech build which you do see from time to time. He's got a lot of Hellbats out here at the natural base, just protecting this for the moment. It looks as if ViBE actually, I don't know if he's seen that just yet, or if he's actually seen those, but double medevacs now coming out, so ViBE is going to have to deal with those very, very deadly Hellbats very soon, and we'll keep an eye on how he's going to deal with that. We've obviously seen in the WCS Korea, a lot of the Zerg players have started adapting to this kind of play, where you prepare for these Hellbat drops, and I mean, ViBE is going to have to deal with this very, very carefully right now. He's got 2 medevacs on the way, full of Hellbats. We've got 4 on the ground, which have decided to walk their way across the map. These guys they're Iron Men. They're just going to walk their way across, which is kind of weird. But back at home, we can see ViBE preparing for the attack. Spine Crawler, Spore Crawler, and some Roaches also on the way. So he's going to have quite a lot of power to defend against these attacks. But the question will be, is Rivik just going to say, you know what, I don't really care about your defenses. We're dropping in the Hellbats anyway, and I'm going to get a lot of damage done, which is what quite a lot of Terrans do. But it looks like he was able to come across, gets a little bit of damage on that Queen, should try and finish that Queen off, but the Roaches now coming across. Those stray Hellbats that somehow wandered their way across the map have now been cleaned up, and Rivik, I mean, we got a Queen, but other than that, there have been no extra worker kills, and he has lost almost all of those Hellbats. So he has really invested into that, not gotten enough done. We can see him now transitioning back at home, an extra second and third factory on the way. His command center just moving across. Was trying to switch that into an orbital, but that's not going to happen until it drops down on the third base. Meanwhile, for ViBE, he's going for broke right now. We've got Roaches on the way across, on their way across the map. We've got a Baneling that's just about to complete, so he's going for a big bust right now. And I mean, this could certainly work, but I mean, we've got a Widow Mine out. We're about to have 2 more Widow Mines. In fact, there is another one right there. And, you know, the tanks are just about to come out as well. So Rivik's going to be in a very strong position. His 4th command center now going up as well. And it looks like we did get a drop inside the main base. Some worker kills, none yet. The drones have been evacuated quite quickly by ViBE there. He's done a wonderful job with that, but does take out a Queen, and it looks like the Hellbats are just going to be able to walk around and do as much damage as they like. Now going for the Spore Crawler across to the side. ViBE knows that he's in a lot of trouble right now and says, alright, the time to go is now. First Widow Mine activates, second one as well. There is another 2 Widow Mines at the back there, and they take a huge shot on those Lings. That was absolutely incredible there. 14 kills. Roaches and Banelings now trying to barge their way through, but there is just a little bit too much. Tanks on the high ground, firing down on the low ground, and that is probably going to be it for Root Gaming ViBE here in game number 2. So Rivik from OG is able to take out ViBE here in this best of 3 from the Metagame Gods CNA Trials, NA qualifier number 1. It was a whole bunch of fun casting that last Saturday. As I said, please jump onto the channel on twitch.tv/metagamegods to check out some of the videos that we had from the team that was casting on the day. It was a whole bunch of fun. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all next time. The Lings just bounding after them as quickly as they can with that metabolic boost, and he isn't going to be able to get them. Yeah, he does back off, so good decision there, but we can see that we are going to get some drop play coming out of I Love MKP, the very famous flavor of the month, the